TV. Hey everybody, CatSynth TV, and today we are looking at StarLab, the new time-warped reverberator module from our friends at Strymon. But first, please do subscribe to this channel for more synthesizer content coming out regularly. Strymon, of course, has long been known for their reverb pedals, Blue Sky, Big Sky, NightSky, all the skies really. StarLab builds on this, bringing the features of NightSky to a Eurorack module, combined with CV control of most parameters, and features for filtering, pre-delay, and a Karplus-Strong string synthesizer. The interface should be familiar to anyone who has used Strymon's Sky pedals, or their Magneto delay module. We'll put a link to our review of the Magneto here. There are basic controls for the reverb structure, including wet and dry mixes, decay time, input into the tank, and control over the processing rate or size of the tank. You can select from among 3 different reverb algorithms: sparse, for granular or clean effects; dense, which is more like a plate reverb; and diffuse, which builds slowly and swells over time. There are also features for controlling the spectral content of the reverb. A separate delay section that can also be used as a Karplus-Strong string synthesizer, and a filter that can be added after the reverb. Here is a dry input with a staccato sound. Now let's bring up the wet signal using the sparse texture. We can play around a bit with the decay and size parameters to get different effects. Okay, now let's try the dense texture. This one is a lot like a plate reverb and works well with guitar sounds. Here's the dry sound. And now wet. And finally, let's look at the diffuse texture. This works particularly well with pad sounds. Here's the dry signal. And now wet. Now there are 2 additional controls for the reverb section that affect the harmonic content of the sound: Shimmer and Glimmer. Shimmer alters the pitch of the sound within the reverb structure. When the regen button is off, it changes the pitch going into the reverb. Let's turn on regen to get a continuous shifting sound, like a pitch delay effect. If we hold down the regen button and move the shimmer knob, we can change the interval of the pitch shift. You can hear how the pitch is shifted up by different amounts. This is kinda dreamy. The glimmer parameter enhances the spectral content of the input. In high mode, it enhances the high frequencies. While in low mode, it enhances the low frequency elements. It can be subtle at times. Let's try it with a few different sounds. Of course, the fun of having this reverb as a Eurorack module is the ability to control the parameters in real time via CV. We can use the mod wheel on our MiniBrute to control the size of the reverb. We'll use velocity to control the decay. We'll bring in an additional CV control for the shimmer amount and interval. As you can hear, with CV input, the StarLab becomes quite an expressive instrument. We now turn our attention to the delay section. This is a delay processor that can be used as a pre-delay for the reverb or as an effect on its own. If we turn decay all the way to the left and turn echo on, we can hear just the delay effect. Let's adjust the delay time and feedback amount. We can increase decay to bring the reverb back in. If we only want the pre-delay into the reverb, we can turn echo off. Now the delay section can also be used as a Karplus-Strong string synthesizer. This is a clever little synthesis algorithm that uses delay lines to simulate plucked and bowed strings. Let's turn the reverb off and enter Karplus-Strong mode by holding down echo on and turning the delay knob until this light turns red. We can trigger the pluck string by tapping the trig button. We can use the tune knob to tune the pitch of the string and feedback to adjust its duration. Holding down the trig button for longer intervals allows us to bow the string instead of plucking. This is best controlled from an external source. Let's map the keyboard to the pitch CV, velocity to the feedback, and the keyboard gate to the trigger input. Okay, let's bring the reverb back in and tune that just as we like. Yeah, I could just keep repeating this all day, but we have a few more features to look at. The filter section applies various filters to both the sound going into the reverb tank, as well as the high and low frequency content of the reverb output. Right now, we are still in Karplus-Strong mode, so the filter affects the frequency content of the string sound. Here is high damp, which dampens the high frequencies, and low damp, which removes the low frequencies. Let's turn off Karplus-Strong mode and return to the normal input functions. The filter is a bit more subtle here, but there is another, more dramatic filter mode, Resonant Low Pass. We can switch that on with this button. We now have a resonant 24 dB low pass filter at the end of the signal chain. We can control the cutoff frequency with the high damp control. If we hold down the low pass button while adjusting the knob, we can change the resonance or Q of the filter. The low-pass filter works very well with the StarLab's built-in LFO function. We can set the LFO to filter mode to control the filter sweep. We can also use the LFO for other functions. Setting it to delay modulates the delay length. This can be used to create flange and chorus effects. If we switch back to Karplus-Strong mode, it modulates the tuning of the string. We can also set the LFO to pitch to control the pitch size parameter of the reverb. At low frequencies, this adds a sort of retro wow flutter effect. We hope that you've enjoyed this brief look at the Strymon StarLab and have some ideas how you can use its myriad features in your own music. We certainly have. To find out more, please visit strymon.net or check out the description below this video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to CatSynth TV.